Hey guys, this is Kevin from JazTime.com, and today we'll be reviewing the Patek Philippe Travel Time Nautilus. The reference number for this watch is 5990/1A-001. We'll be going with the price, dial, bezel, case, crown, all the functions, the bracelet, clasp, and we'll talk about the movement towards the end of the video. Okay, so you can get this Nautilus at a Patek Philippe authorized dealer for the price of $53,300, or you can get it at JazTime for as low as $52,000. Okay, so let's go ahead and review the dial. So one thing I want to mention is that we do have the black gradated dial, and it only comes in the black gradated dial for this reference. For the hour markers, we have luminescent coated index hour markers fashioned in 18 karat white gold to prevent tarnishing. We have a center sweeping seconds hand. As you can see, it's set at the standard position, pointing towards the 12 o'clock position. And that's the chronograph hand that is controlled by the 2 o'clock position and 4 o'clock position chronograph pushers. And I'll talk more about that later. Paired with that, we have at the 6 o'clock position a large 60-minute counter subdial that tracks the revolutions of the minutes from the sweeping seconds hand. At the 12 o'clock position, we have the tracking of the date. For the main hands, which are indicated by the center field luminescent centers, as you can see, this hand has a luminescent center along with the minute hand, and they are additionally fashioned in that white gold as well. We have an additional hour hand that is a skeletonized, and that tracks your home time if you are looking to track an additional time zone. Okay, at the 9 o'clock position and the 3 o'clock position, we have these two little day and night indicators, one for the local time and one for the home time. And like I said, I'll show you how to use all these functions when we get to the crown. So let's move on to the bezel now. For the bezel, we have a beautiful brush steel for the top of the top of the bezel. Along the edge, we have a nice high polish along the whole edge of that bezel. And with the shape of the bezel, along with the case, it's actually supposed to resemble a porthole, which is where the Nautilus gets its name. It's because the original design is supposed to resemble that small porthole, which is a small exterior window found on virtually all maritime vessels, such as submarines and such. Okay, so for the case size is a 40.5 millimeter case size. The side profile of the case, a little large, coming in at about 12.8 millimeter high. So it's a little bit large, and shows, and that really shows on the wrist. But it should still fit under suit cuffs, dress cuffs very nicely, and shouldn't stretch them out. All right. On the side of the case, we have a beautiful brush steel again, patterned along the sides of the bracelet and the sides of the case. On the other side, on the crown side, we have the crown with the Patek logo. And we have that same brush steel again along the sides, just a high polish on the chrono pushers and the crown. Okay. Now let's go over the crown and all the functions of the watch. So for the crown, it's a simple screw down crown, and it unscrews counterclockwise. This position that the crown is in is a hand winding position in which you can wind the watch. A simple tug of the crown will set it to its only position, which is the hand setting position. Okay, and now we'll go over the functions of how to set additional time zone, the day and night indicators, and then the chronograph pushers afterwards. So let's just say you have a business meeting. You have a business meeting in the Philippines, and you're traveling from London. So let's just set up a scenario where you're traveling on the plane from London to the Philippines, and you get on that plane in London at 2:30. I'm going to go ahead and move that skeletonized hand because I want to set this London as my home time. So I'm going to move that skeletonized hand to 2:30. As you can see there, it is now 2:30, and I want to go ahead and set my local time to the Philippines time because that's where I'll be. Before I do that, always make sure to screw the crown nice and tight against the case to keep this watch water resistance for 120 meters. Okay. So we have these two pushers at the 9 o'clock position, and that just moves the hour hand forwards and backwards. So from 2:30, we want to set the time to 9:30 because that's 7 hours ahead. There we go. And now we're tracking two time zones. We have the London time at 2:30 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. for the Philippines time. Okay. But there's one thing I want to mention now is the day-night indicators. Now we see that they're both filled in with sort of a white box. That just means that it's obviously the daytime, but in London, 2 a.m. is more of the night rather than the day. So to adjust that, either or, I'll show you, we'd have to go all the way around here. As you can see, that home time now shifts into a black box, so it indicates the night. So now that's 2:30 a.m. at night, and the Philippines time is now showing night, so that's indicating 9:30 p.m. So all we have to do is just do a quick revolution of that, and bam, there we go. Now it's indicating the daytime at 9:30 a.m. and 2:30 a.m. for London. One thing I want to mention to set the date, be wary of setting it, as it takes 2 revolutions of the local hour hand to set to move the date forward once. So keep your eye on that. I'll go ahead and do 2 revolutions of that. So as you can see, it's already jumped because I've already done 1 revolution before. So as you can see, it's jumped forward a date. For the chronograph function, it's very simple. The main sweeping seconds hand, just press a 2 o'clock pusher. It starts it. Press it again to stop it. Any revolution of that seconds hand will obviously add a minute to the sub dial at the bottom there. And to reset in both the sweeping hands and the sub dial, just press the 4 o'clock pusher, and there you are. Very useful for tracking how long a business meeting is taking, or maybe you want to give that client a call back, but obviously you don't want to give them a call back too fast, so you can track that as well. So let's go ahead and move on to the strap now. The strap is a stainless steel bracelet, has a beautiful patterning of that brushed steel with center high polish links. As you can see, also tapers down, which adds very nice comfort to the wrist. It fits very nicely. For the clasp, we have the Nautilus fold-over clasp over a deployment clasp. So it kind of works like a safety lock, where you have to go ahead and pop open that clasp like that, as so, and then remove that side of the clasp, and then remove that side, and it opens up like a butterfly. We have the Patek name embossed onto the clasp blade itself, the high polished clasp blades. One thing I want to mention is that you do have to put the clasp back on in order. So you want to do the bottom first, and then you want to put the lock over on top of that clasp. That keeps it nice and secure. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the movement now. So the movement is housed in a beautiful exhibition case back, and that is protected by a clear see-through sapphire glass, or sapphire crystal, not glass, sapphire crystal. Okay, and you can see that gold rotor with the Patek logo embossed on it as well. Very beautiful movement. So this movement is a mechanical self-winding movement. It's in-house made by Patek. It's a caliber CH28-520 CFUS movement. And it has all that functions of the chronograph with the 60-minute counter, the date, the local time and home time with the day and night indicators. And this movement is made out of 370 parts, about 34 joules. and it has a power reserve of 45 hours to minimum of 45 hours to a maximum of 55 hours. So you can put this down on a Friday night, pick it back up Sunday evening, and it should still be keeping time fine. Okay, so let me actually go ahead and show you this watch on my wrist now. So once again, just want to show you, pop that side open, pull away and pull away, and there you are. Of course, always side without the clasp, without the Nautilus clasp. There we are. All right, so there's a watch on my wrist. So if you're interested in this model or any other model for the lowest possible price, check out our website, JazTime.com. We have the lowest prices guaranteed. We offer free shipping and a 1-year warranty. And if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe below. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys soon.